and you shall receive. I posted these centerpieces on my IG, and you guys said you wanted the full tutorial, and I'm here. Why? Because I got you. So let's get right into it. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Oh yeah, and look at how you could turn it. Ain't that cute? I just love it. But anyway, let's get into these centerpieces. Print, and y'all already know I don't like the long talking, so let's get straight into today's project. I'm going to show you how I created these Jordan centerpieces. So I'm starting here in Design Space, but we really don't need to start here. The first thing we're going to do is get all of our files. So I'm going to have the link in the comments. You're going to go to my digital Etsy shop. Y'all know I'll be forgetting, right? You're going to get the bamboo earrings right here. This is $1.25. And you're going to need, that's if you're doing the bamboo earring one. If you're doing the red and black one, you just need your Jumpman logo, and that's here. Now, when you purchase from Etsy, right, and you're doing a download, at the top here, you click on your account, you go to purchases and reviews, and you got, what the hell's going on with my damn Etsy? Child, okay. It don't want to take me to my purchase. Oh, sorry. I'm on the wrong Etsy account. All right. So you get your files. Don't worry. All right. I'm going to sign out right quick. And then we're going to sign in. Okay. So this Etsy account is where I make my purchases. So you're going to go to your purchases right here. So everything you've purchased will be here. So since you just purchased the SVGs, it's going to be at the top, and then you're going to see download file. You're going to click on download file. It'll take you to whatever the name of the file is. You click on download again, and you see it automatically goes to download. So that's what you're going to do with those two pieces. And then I'll show you how to upload and get everything into Design Space. So the next thing you need to do is we're going to go to Google. We need our sneakers. So whichever sneaker you want to use. I don't even know too much about these Jordans, right? I'm not really necessarily a sneakerhead. I just go with the flow. So I'm going to type in patent leather Jordans, right? Now you're going to click on images, and you're going to find the one that you like the best. So here's the thing with the patent leather centerpiece I did. You see that it's patent leather. You see that you see the shine. So you want to find an image that's going to show that shine. So when you click on it, it'll pop up here, and this is what we're looking for. Let me do this one. I think this is the one that I got. This. Look at how clear and beautiful this image is here. So you're going to right click, and then you're just going to save to download, right? This is gorgeous. And now I'm going to, because I'm doing two of them, we're going to do bamboo earring Jordan 1. Now, with these, let's click on it. See, some of them, you click on it, you're going straight to the site. But also, let me show you. You can go on the site if you want to and take an image from one here. You can do a screenshot. I'm just going to do a quick screenshot. I'm using an iMac, so it's the Shift Command 4. And take a screenshot of the shoe. The one that I use is going to be this like double shoe right here. So when I clicked on it, look at the detail. Beautiful, and it's a clear, nice image. So you're going to right click and save to downloads. Now, we also need a pattern like paper. So we're going to click. We're going to type in Jordan pattern. Again, we're already under images, and find one of these patterns that you like. Click on it, make sure it pops up on the side, not necessarily taking you to the site. Right click and save images download. Now for the bamboo earring one, I used a denim pattern. So I went through all of the image of like denim patterns that I thought I liked, and then I just right click and download. So now we have our SVGs, we have our sneakers that we're going to use, and we have our pattern that we're going to use. Now, when you save these images, hold on, let me just go back full. sometimes you get like a background. Now, if you have design space, you know, you have to pay for that feature monthly to remove the backgrounds. I am an influencer with Cricut, so it doesn't like show up, but I do have the features. But what I really do is I use Canva. Now with Canva, you need Canva Pro to remove the background. It just does a really good, really clean job for me. So I go in here, I type in Instagram because I just like a square shape. Instagram. Boy, what does that even say? Instagram post, right? Choose it. Just right here, a blank. Excuse me, guys. I know y'all hear the fire department back there. Just let them go. They got to save lives. We just doing our craft project, okay? So now you're going to go to uploads right here on the left. Y'all see it, right? Okay. And I'm saying right like y'all going to answer me. So the first thing we're going to do is choose our first shoe. Oh, no. You can hit shift, choose your second shoe, and just upload both at the same time. Upload. And they're going to go here. You're going to click on that shoe. You see it has that white background there. You're going to go to edit photo up top here. Right here, BG remover, background remover. It shows you with the little crown. That means you have to have Pro. Pro is about $12 a month. I'll have a link for you to go to Canva Pro if you want that too. If you're not using it, it's a really great tool. Now we're going to go down to the bottom. Click on new page. See, it's right under add page. We're going to put our other shoe and we're going to do the same thing. Edit photo, background remove. You just click it once. It's not much in the background, just one color, so it removes it perfectly, right? Now the next thing you're going to do, go to file and change that name. We're going to like double click here and we'll just name it Jordan Center. I don't want to put Centerpiece. I think I'm going to save something else as Centerpiece. When you put the name, the file name in Canva, click enter and then it saves. For some reason, if you click out, that name won't save. And this is just going to make it easier to find on your computer. I always just make it as big as the box. It doesn't really matter because we're going to size it in design space. But I just have a habit of just wanting it to be the exact size or close to the size of the box that I'm using. You don't have to. Again, we're going to resize it in design space anyway, right? So now you're going to, let me close this out. You're going to click on share up here at the top right. We're downloading. Now here, make sure you click transparent background because then we wasted our time. Even though we removed the background, when we're downloading, you will get Canva's background. It's white. So you're going to click transparent background. We're taking both pages. If you're ever using multiple pages, hit the drop down and you could select which one. You could just download one or both, you know, anyone you want. We're taking both. We're going to click done. Then you're going to click on download. So now we saved our shoe with the background remover. That's the way we like it. Now we're ready to get back into design space and work on these centerpieces, baby. And it's not hard either. So first thing we do, we go to upload and we're going to grab all of our stuff. So you're going to click on upload image, browse. Now for the Jumpman, you get an SVG. So you're going to select that first. Open. It's an SVG. You don't have to do any work. You can change the name up here. The tags, optional, but this is when you have a lot of uploads and you just want to search for this specific upload. Name it the various names you would search, and that's what the tags are for. Then you click on upload, and it'll be saved here. So we're going to go through and do the same thing for everything that we need. The bamboo earring, when you purchase, you're going to get an SVG and a PNG file. Choose the SVG because the background is not there. Same thing again. You can change the name to what you want, add those tags, click on upload. Now we're going to keep doing that. Remember our backgrounds? We're going to take those denim backgrounds. It's just coming in as an image, not an SVG. So it's a PNG. You always click on complex anytime you're uploading any images. Click on continue. Now here is where you can, if you have your access, Cricut access that you pay monthly for, you'll be able to remove the background. You could take small things out. You could select specific areas. When you have these pattern papers, you don't have to do anything. Go to apply and continue. We just want that pattern. Select a print and cut. If it's a cut when it's an image, it only cuts the outline. You see that shape? So you're going to choose print and cut. Change the name to whatever you want. Add those tags. I'm going to take out amazing and just leave denim pattern. And upload. Also, I just want to remind you, when you're taking things off of Google, you're not supposed to sell it. You do not own it. You can do this to make it for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But once you start profiting off of other people's things, it's illegal. Just a little reminder there. You do see a lot of people making character stuff, but typically, you know, we're not supposed to. Same thing with our Jordan denim pattern. And we're going to just keep it. I didn't change the name. I should have, but not that important. Now we're going to our Jordan centerpiece, our Jordan images. I saved it as center. So when it's more than one image, it comes in as a folder when you save that from Canva. So you're going to click into that folder, choose your image. And I feel like, let me see something when this uploads. It still has the background. Why didn't it take out the background? So we're going to go back. Let me go to upload. Let me see if it did that with both. Did I unselect the background, guys? No, I didn't. For some reason, this one didn't come. So we're going to just do the same. Complex. Continue. Apply, continue. Choose print and cut. Change the name if you want to. Upload. So now I'm going to go back into Canva. And let's get that shoe without the background. I don't know what happened. So we're going to design space. I don't need you right now, sugar cakes. We're working here. So I don't know what happened. So I'm going to go to edit photo again. Remove background. See, it's already removed. Back. Let me see. Let me see what's happening here. I'm just going to change this color. The background is removed. All right. So I'm going to go to share, download. Transparent background. I'm just gonna unclick those and choose this one. Download, download. All right, let's see if this little sugar gonna behave itself. Go back into design space. Always remember to when you, oh, that's the wrong design space we use in there. Hold on. I have more than one design space open as usual. So we're gonna bring that full screen. Go to upload, browse, and there it is by itself. No, that's the one that we saved, guys. Here, it says Jordan Center. For some reason, I could see it. It still has that background. Look at that. What is happening? All right. I'm not deleting this either because I like to show people when things just don't seem to work out, how you can, you know, go about and work with it. Don't stress yourself. Let's get another box. Let me go into something random. Let's do Instagram post again. Let's get a blank one. We're going to go to our uploads. We're going to choose that same shoe. Edit photo. Remove background. I don't care what name it is. We're just trying to get done. We're going to share. Download. Transparent background. Download. As you can see, it just has untitled. There we go. See, it's saved properly. I don't, child. You know, stuff just like to act a fool and embarrass you when you're doing things. I've come to that conclusion. So, design space, yeah. Just here trying to embarrass me. Let's go back. Let's go to upload. Let me put the full screen so you don't got to see all of my background on the computer. Upload image. Browse. The one that's named untitled. Open. There we go. No background. Ask me what was going on the first time. Only Lord knows. So let's continue. Keep going. Choose the print and cut. Finally, now we have everything we need. So what you're going to do here, it's all under upload. You're going to select everything. We're going to put on the screen and go to add to canvas. They was trying to test our patience, child. Now, I'm going to give you the exact measurements for the squares that I put on the centerpiece, but I'm also going to show you if you don't want it set up like that, maybe you want more than 3 layers than what I did. So I'm going to show you how to do it on your own. Now, we know these are all whatever size. I'm going to give you the exact measurements for these as well. So let's start with what we came for and the exact measurements for these centerpieces. So now with the red sneaker, you're going to change that width to up here. So you see where it says size right here? Don't unlock it. We're going to change the width. You just double click in there and it'll allow you to change 9.311 in width. For the bamboo Jordans, we're going to go to the width again. You're going to double click in there and you're going to change it to 9.8. So what I usually do, I just go as big as it can. Like if you stretch these and you see this red pop up here, it's too big for print and cut. So I already like kind of sized it down for us to see as the largest it could go. And it was that 9.8 in width, right? So that's our sneaker sizes. Now we need 2 of these because remember we're making 2 centerpieces, right? So we're going to make a duplicate. Now the first one, let me put these together so we can have all our pieces together. The first one is going to be for the red and black Jordan. So the height of this, we're going to go up to the top again. And in the height, you're going to change it to 4.3 inches, right? And leave that right there. We'll come back to it when we need it. Now for the bamboo earring, one thing I always do, I change it to the color that I want to cut it. Okay. Now for some reason, it brings in that second layer, which it shouldn't really have to. But click, anytime you click on an image right here and you want to change the color, and you go up here and you see this little question mark here, usually it's because it's more than one layer. And both layers are highlighted and it kind of didn't know which one. So what you can do, just click on that specific layer, see right here, and the color is just there. We're going to change it to this gold here. Same for the earring, gold, because we want to cut it in gold. So you're going to change that Jumpman height right here. The height is going to be 2.76 inches and just click enter. There we go. And then for the bamboo earring height, it's going to be height 3.89 inches. Now, I considered, I'm just going to show you this. If you want, you can do it. Put this together, highlight it like that, come down here to the bottom right here where it says combine, and click on unite. So I consider doing this, right? So it's just one cut. But then I don't see like all of the sneaker detail, so I didn't want to do it like that. So we could go back to combine and go to undo unite. And Design Space is acting up today. So the Jordan is here. It's here. But we ain't seeing it. And I ain't stopping recording. It'll come back eventually. Cricut gonna act right? I hope you sure do. Just in case you don't, I'm going to delete this layer. Look. I'll tell y'all. Anywho, I cut it separately like that. Another feature I want to show you. When you highlight this and you see how I told you come to combine, if you chose to do weld, when you save this project and come back to it, you won't be able to undo that weld once you save it. But if you do unite, you'll be able to come back and ununite your project. So I always try to do unite when I'm doing it, right? So now that we have our sizes, we're going to put these bad boys here. So you see this square? It's not a full square. Look at the measurements at the top. You see that? This is different. This is different. So we're going to unlock it because we want these measurements to be the exact same, a full square. So now what you're going to change this to is 6.69 inches in width, and then do the same 6.69 inches in height and lock it. Right here, this actually came in as a square, so you don't just click on one and do 6.69 inches, enter, and you see it's both leveled. So this is going to be our back layer here. Now you're going to go over to the left of the screen over here. You're going to choose shapes right there, and it's going to take a sweet old time. So what we're going to get is a square right here. So we're going to make a few of these. So for me, if you wanted to do multiple layers, just keep doing them, make them smaller, fit them in however you want. For me, I'm going to change the second square. It's going to be 5.24. I hit a 5, 24 inches. You see that? Now also, I change it to the color that I want. So this one on this sneaker is going to be up here is where we change, where it says operation in the color, white. I'm going to click on duplicate. That's the little plus sign up top here. Get another one and put it here for this centerpiece. And I'm going to change it to the gold color. And again, remember, you guys can do any combination you want. I'm going to click the plus sign again because I want another square. This one I'm going to change black. Now that third one, the inches are going to be 4.99. Press enter. Now this is like this because I just like that look. Make a duplicate to go up here for this centerpiece. And we're changing that to white. See that? Now, if you feel like you don't want that big gap in between these and you just want a bunch of layers that are close or like the same width kind of, do that too. This is just basically how I did it, and there's no correct way to do it. So I want to just move this to the front. I'm going to go to arrange to the front so I could lay it on top of each other to see how it looks. So see, this is behind there. Just go to arrange to the front, and that's how it looks. I forgot to change this Jordan. I'm just going to click on it again and change it to red. Now, there's so many Jordans, you could do any style you want. Go to arrange. Oh, it's already to the front because I changed it to red. And lay it. And no, it ain't. Cricket, stop playing with me. Bring to front. There we go. So that will be the face of your box. You're going to highlight all of them. Come over here. This double box here is to group. So it's all grouped together now. You're going to do the same for this one. Highlight and group. Now I'm going to stop here and tell you to save. Click on save. You don't want to lose any of your work. Go to save. Child, I'm typing the name as save, y'all. Jordan Centerpieces. I'm just going to put 2 because I think I have one already saved. Then you're going to click on save. That way we don't lose any work. Now remember, we're doing a box with 4 pieces. So the group together, you're going to click on the plus sign and get 4 of them. This one, same thing. 2, 3, 4. Line all those bad boys up. Before we go on, click save. Not save as, we're not saving it as a new project. We're just saving our changes right there. So as we go along, we don't want to lose any of our work. Now, this is the front. You make the top shoe double-sided. So what you're going to do, you're going to click on it. You're going to hit the plus sign for duplicate. We have to mirror this. Now, you just do it right in Design Space, so you don't have to worry when you send it to Matt. You're going to go to flip, and you're going to flip horizontal. There you go. So we have the front and the back of the shoe. Same for here. You're going to go plus sign, flip horizontal, and then you have it. Now remember, you see how you can see the shine of this patent leather shoe? That's what makes it look so good. So when we print on that glossy cardstock, it's going to look amazing. Now go to the top, save. See that, baby? Now, that's it. These are all of the pieces we need for our centerpiece. We're going to send it to the mat, and then we're going to get to work. But what I wanted to show you guys, if you don't like the way that I set up my paper, you can just bring in a square, put in the size of the actual box you're using for the centerpiece. So this way you can see how it looks. So the size of the box is 7.68 inches. You're going to click. Now use this as the face of your box. If you want to change it to black to represent the box or whatever you want, do that. Then from here, you make multiples and size them and, you know, change them into the color you want. Let's say you want to do, remember this black in the back is not going to cut because that's representing our actual box. I changed the color the wrong one, child. All right, change this one to white. Good. So this is what we're working with. Do another duplicate, make it a little bit smaller, and I'll show you how to line this up properly if you need. Let's say we're doing some blue. Do that again. Make it a little smaller if you want. So if you don't want it arranged the way that I did it, let's say another blue, but you want more layers. Some of these layers could be printed images, whatever it is you want. This is how you would design it. Put in this black box with the 7.68, and then you figure it out, right? Whatever you want. These look pretty centered, but you can highlight all of it. Go to arrange right here. Wrong one, guys. Align. Go to align right here, not arrange. Then go to center, this one right here, and it's centered all of them so you can see how they look layered, right? And when you're ready to send to the machine, just get rid of that one because it's just representing the box, and then you print your layers. So if you don't like my design, you want multiples, that's how you do it for the centerpiece or any centerpiece that you're doing on these boxes. So we're going to take that out. We're just going to make sure we save whatever changes we have here. And then we're going to send it to your machine. So I want to show you the layers on the side. So you see these, they're cutting on each individual paper. You're going to use the glossy cardstock from, I use the Pretty Party and Crafty. The link will be in the comment. Also, same thing for the shoes, see? We're just sending them to the machine. The white, I'm going to use 12 by 12, 65-pound cardstock on the white. Same thing with the black. Same thing with the red. And then I'm using a gold mirror cardstock. You could find them at Michael's, online, anywhere you want. You can even use gold glitter if you want. Now, when you're sending to print, you got to send one at a time. So you're going to click continue. Send to print. Now I have more than one printer and I like to open my printer settings. So I click use system dialog right here. Now right here I'm going to choose, this is the printer I want to use, the Epson EcoTank 16600. This printer prints larger prints also. It does really great quality. It's not really a beginner printer because of price, but to use it is very easy and beginner friendly, but it's like around, I think, $900 for this printer. So now when you click print, the system dialog box will pop up. It will pop up in the front here if you have your screen on full screen. I'll show you what it does when your screen is not on full screen, so don't get nervous if you don't see that pop up. So when it does pop up, it has the selected printer that you chose. You send it to whichever tray. It's always the rear tray because we're printing on cardstock that holds thicker paper. I always choose the photo high gloss. They have envelope, heavyweight paper. This is when I print on cardstock. I choose heavyweight paper. When I'm printing just on regular copy paper, I choose plain paper. Photo matte paper, I think I used that with like the sticker paper once before that I use for labels. But when I'm doing these prints on the glossy cardstock, I use photo high gloss paper. And then you click print. So I'm going to cancel. I already had them printed out. Now, on that paper, I always cut on poster board. It's just deeper. It goes through. It's a smooth cut. I choose poster board for everything. Now, when I get to like my regular, child, I think I don't want to come off of that selection. Let me just cancel so we could go back here, right here. So when it is my just 65-pound cardstock, oh God, now it's going to look for my printer. Oh, there we go. You working nice today, girl. So when it's just my regular, like 65-pound cardstock, I usually cut on medium cardstock, 80 pounds. When it comes to this, the mirror cardstock, I choose poster board. Let me tell y'all, I am not the person to look for the exact cut and type of paper. I know it's kind of wrong because sometimes you dig into your mat. If it cuts a thick paper, I use it for all kinds of thick paper. So I usually use poster board all the time or glitter cardstock right here, and I have them saved. Now we're going to go assemble. But before I go and assemble, I'm tying up my tongue, y'all. Hit browse all material, and I'll show you how to save your most common used. So Cricut has a bunch of options when it comes to what kind of material we're cutting on. And for me, I use the same things most of the time. You could just type in to search. Let's say we're looking for glitter, HTV or glitter cardstock. You type in glitter, all of the glitter options come up. If you want it to be one of your favorites, you're going to choose this option right here. Now, you have up to 12 to bookmark. I already bookmarked all 12, so I would have to take one off to bookmark another one, right? Now, this is not what I use, so I'm going to take it off and add back my glitter cardstock. But that's how you'll save your most common used materials. So now that we have that, we're going to line up your material, cut all these pieces out. In this video, I'm not showing like all of the full cutting. So you're just going to, when it comes to your paper right here, you're going to line it up. You see right on the edge there, and I'm going to show you that also. Line it up and cut it, and you're good to go. So let's get all our pieces and let's get to work, baby. Oh, and now that I'm at the end, I didn't even remember. Y'all, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. You're going to get more videos, more of me. Come for the laughs. No, I can't even remember my tagline. Come for the craft, stay for the laughs. But anyway, subscribe and let's get this project done. I forgot to press record, so I'm going to show you how to line up the paper on a different video. So you're going to take your printed image, line it up along the line of the white. You try to get it exact as possible, but if you don't, it still will cut. But that's how you line it up, and then you're going to place it into your machine to cut. So now our focus is going to be creating the base. You're going to get your dowel and your little wood base, and then we're going to drill a hole in it. So you're going to get your drill bit. What I do is I line up my drill bit right next to the dowel just to make sure they're the same size, just to make sure I'm drilling the correct size hole. I'm not good with measurements, so I never like focus on the measurements. I just put them together to make sure they're the same side, and that's what I do. So you're going to get your base. I have a circle here. I also have like a heart. The shape doesn't even matter. You're going to drill it. I put the cardstock under there so it doesn't hit my desk because I'm a klutz and I would mess it up. So you see it went straight through and it went a little bit on the cardstock, so it's a good thing I had it. And I don't even know where I put my mat, the self-healing mat, but I'll go get it for later. Take your dowel, stick it in there, and that's it. There goes your base. We don't even have to paint it for this project, and it fit exact. But if you want, you can like put a little bit of glue from the glue gun just to reinforce it if you want. So now the box, we're going to open it up. The top piece, we're not using that. Maybe you could keep it for maybe, I don't know, some future projects or something, but we're not going to use it for this. Now, once you take your box out, we're actually using it upside down. But you're going to need to, I don't know why I'm stuttering, y'all. You're going to need to drill a hole in the box itself. So you can hold it in your hand and drill it, place it down on the desk on the set of paper if you want to, but just try to get like directly in the center. I'm gonna put it on the cardstock so I don't make a hole or drill my darn finger. So just drill a little. See that there? Taking my sweet old time though. And there you go. See? Simple. This centerpiece, I think when you look at them, maybe it looks a little complicated, but it's real easy. Place it right on top. And that's basically our base there. So because it is that way, that's how you'll be able to move the centerpiece around, like flip it, turn it, whatever it is that you want to do. So now we're going to get all of our printed pieces and our layered pieces. You're going to use the foam squares, foam tape, whatever you want to call it. So we have our shiny, we have our printed, then we have our white, and then we have our layered cuts from our SVG. So here you just see me just lining it up just to make sure I know exactly where I'm going. I'm going to use the glue gun, just glue like around the edges and then place it right in the center. If you don't want to use a glue gun and you feel like that's just not for you, use some tape. If you want to use the foam, I just like my first layer to kind of be flat. So I glue the top piece, press it down, then raise up the bottom just to make sure I get it even. And with the glue gun, you know, it dries pretty quickly. So if you don't want to like get the glue on the whole thing and then you mess up, the best way to do it is do kind of like half and half. So now we're going to do like the first face piece and then move on to the rest around the box. So we have our gold layer. What I'm using is, it's called foam mountain tape, actually. Mounting tape from the Dollar Tree. You can find it in like the hardware aisle. This is not in the craft aisle. And I like these because they're like pre-cut sizes. It might be a lot to put on the back, so you can kind of decide if you want to use this one or you want to use the long roll where you can lay down, but I'm going to show you that as well. So I'm just going to place them all around the edges and a little bit in the center and then put it on the box. So I sped up the video because you really don't need to see it. Just put it all around the edges, in the middle to make sure it's stable, peel it off, and then place it in the center of the denim design. So then you're going to kind of eyeball. I get a little closer because I don't got my glasses on and I can't really see, just to make sure I get it in the center. Press it down just to make sure it's smooth. Now for the white layer, I'm going to use the actual like double-sided foam like roll, the tape on a roll, to show you the difference. And how, you know, you just make up your mind. Whichever one is good for you, that's the one you're going to do. So I'm going to use this thicker one. This one you get in the craft aisle at the Dollar Tree. And for those who know me, y'all know I'm not a big Dollar Tree fan, but these two foam tape thingies here, I will go in there and stock up with every last one I see in the store. So here what I do, I line up on the edges. I put one on each end, and then I usually put one in the center. I like to have something in the center because you don't want your cardstock to go on your project and it have kind of like a dent in the middle. You want it to be like stable. So always put something in the middle part. So in this instance here, I did all around the four edges. You don't have to do that. I think later on I'm going to show y'all when I just do three. It could be excessive, but I think when I do this, it's just me getting in my own head, but you don't have to. You could just put 3 little stripes down the line. All up to you. Your product gets to last longer. But because I also buy them from the Dollar Tree sometimes, that's why I think I use so much. Because it's like, girl, you could just go get some more. But anyway, don't be like me. Then you're going to peel that off. And then you're going to place it and line it up again in the center. Get in, you know, close if you have to. Because you know what I can do. I'm a little blind. It's okay, crafters. So also, I just want to remind you guys, if you do make one, don't forget to tag me at the craft print. I want to see your centerpieces when you guys make these too. Also, any questions, drop them in the comment section. I'm here for you. I got your back. I'll answer them. So now, with our little bamboo earring, we're going to use the same foam tape because you want that dimension. With the tape, it's just making it kind of stand out a little more instead of being flat. So that's why we're using foam tape. The Dollar Tree one, it comes in 3 sizes. So you're going to choose the top one, which is the skinniest size. Cut some pieces and just line it up in there so the bamboo earrings can stay. These scissors are actually non-stick scissors made from Fiskars, sold in Michaels. They have some smaller ones. Also, I have a small pink one, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Not necessarily a necessity, but they come in handy. But back to our bamboo earring, you don't have to get it like exactly around. I just try to put 2 pieces at the top, 2 pieces at the center, and then I use that square pre-cut foam one from earlier on the bottom piece. You're going to take off your second, not second, the tape. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? Right. I know y'all understand. Peel it off. Also, you see, I don't know if you guys can see there, I kind of curved it. So you can just press it down and curve it along the design. Just make sure you're not seeing that foam tape from the front. Line it up and press it down in the center. And then remember I said I wanted the Jordan separate from the earring. So you could just see the outlining, the full outlining of the Jordan sneaker. I brought it closer because as I'm making things, I just adore my projects as I go along. So I need y'all to see up close how cute it's already looking. Now with the Jordan piece, I only put a piece of foam tape in the middle. You don't need it all around the edge. If you can get the little small foam squares, you can put it on there if you want to, but it's not really a necessity. Now, because I put 1 layer on the bamboo earring, I want to put 2 layers on the Jordan, just so that he is like sticking out a little bit more, like on another layer right above it. Just by choice. You don't have to if you want to. I like the way it looks. And then we just put him directly in the center of the earring. Ta-da. That ta-da sounded corny, right? Like, girl, what you saying? But anyway, look at how cute it is. Like, I love, 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 love this centerpiece. Like, love it. I love it a lot. Now, all you got to do now is repeat the process. All 3 times, go around and put it all on there. So, of course, I have to speed it up because I know y'all don't want to be bothered just sitting here watching me do that over and over. But remember I told you guys I'm going to show you what I was talking about with gluing just the edges and a middle piece. So this is what I'm doing here. So 1 strip along one side, 1 along the other, and then put 1 straight down the middle. And it has that same stability, but you're not using as much of the foam paper. Because we're using this one size, you'd end up, digging into a few packs. So this makes it a little easier. You don't think so? No? Yeah, I do think so. But anywho, now, so let's go back into finishing this all up, and then we'll focus on how we're going to get those sneakers on top of our centerpiece. And you already see how it'll be able to move, right? Because we have that the base inside of it, and it can turn. So once you get the sneaker on, you can turn it with the sneaker on as well. So I'm just going to repeat this process here, and then we get into the top. And bippity boppity boop, we're done. Okay, so I found my self-healing mat, this big gray mat here. I got it from Michaels. So you can cut on this with like the True Control knife and things like that, and it just doesn't mess up your desk, because I have messed up my desk. Now this foam board I purchased from Michaels, it's not that thick, and it came together, so I had to like cut it off. So we're going to get our cuts that we cut on the Cricut. And there's more than one way to kind of do this. So I'm going to show you the different ways, and you can decide what you want. So first one is just glue that image onto the board. Now you're going to do it like all the way toward the edge, so you have as much space to use for, the other sneakers that you're going to be using. Don't mind my face coming in on the side. Y'all know I have to get close. So I take the True Control knife and just slice off the excess that I won't be using. And look at me, look, klutz. But anyway, I'm good. I didn't cut the shoe. I almost did though, but I didn't. So I cut off all the little edges and the excess that's going to get in my way as I cut. And then you're going to start. So this first way, I would say if you're pretty good with cutting or using like an X-Acto knife or a True Control blade, then it's good to glue it on and then cut around it. But if you feel like you're not that good and you'll probably either cut the shoe or mess up the piece, the other way would be to take the shoe, which I'm going to do with this red and black one. You're going to lay it where you need it to go, get a pen, and then you're going to hold it as still as possible so it doesn't move. And then you're going to trace all around the shoe, and then you're going to cut it out, and then afterwards glue it on. That way you make any mistakes, it can be hidden by the shoe glued like directly on top of it. I would highly recommend this way. And then there's more than one way to also cut this. So I know some of you have seen people use like the heated foam cutter. That's for the foam that doesn't have like that paper on top. This has like a sheet of paper, like masking on both sides of the board. It's not just foam board. You see me? Y'all saw my ninja moves there. So now if you don't have the self-healing mat to lay down and cut, you can do it the way I'm doing it, like holding it up and just going through. I would say this is pretty tedious. Not only is it tedious, it's not going to give you that smooth look on the outside of the board. Now, cut little pieces and then cut off the excess as you go. It'll make it easier instead of having hanging pieces. So when you do it this way, like I said, guys, it is way more tedious, but sometimes you have to use what you have until you get what you need. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have the mat, you don't want to lay this foam board on your desk and just be slicing through and slicing up your desk, right? So that's how this way will come in handy. Now this way is just laying your foam board onto your mat and gliding straight through. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to do this more than one time. The first time you're going to slice it, but not try to go all the way through because you're like kind of putting a guide. Now you see me coming back the second time. Now that it's guided, I can move a little faster, but also you're going to press deeper for it to go all the way through. And you see how smooth that look compared to the edges? See, that's the difference of doing it on the mat. But remember what I said. Slicing a little, you could even do it a little jagged if you want. You're not going to see it. You're just creating a guide so that when you smoothly cut now, you can go straight through to the shoe. Now, when you get to pieces like here, you're going to go with the curve you go along. When you get to these pieces here, you don't necessarily have to follow the exact pattern. You could do like a straight line right inside of that. And that's because the shoe is going to be glued on it and kind of cover it up. But again, remember what I said, create a light, go in lightly, like it just lightly slicing the board to do your first outline. Anything after that, I usually go over 2 to 3 times to get it all the way through. It's going to give it a nice clean cut. If you try to go all the way through from the beginning, you can mess up and kind of go outside or inside of the line that you created while you're drawing. So that's why you're going to do the first time, lightly press in there. Of course, I got my head in the way because I'm trying to see. Sorry, guys. But y'all see what I did. Line it up and then cut straight through. So now that you have your outline, I just line it up to make sure the cut is good and you're not seeing anything else. See, some little pieces you could just peel off just to make sure the shoe is fully covering that foam piece. Then I'm going to grab the glue gun, get it all over as much as you can. You see the way I'm holding it in my hand? That's going to help me line up to hold it in place, see? And get it directly on there, nice and smooth. I just love the shine on this shoe. So that's why picking out the best image is what you need to do, guys. Now, for the first one that I did, now you're going to, remember, slice a little bit in there to give it a guide, and then you're going to go in and continue and cut it off. So that will be the way if you glued it on. But if you feel like your hand is not steady enough to do that and actually not cut up the shoe, don't do it. Do it the other way. This way, it's kind of quick. Glue it on there, cut it, but only if you know you're good at it. Of course, I have to speed it up because I don't want to bore y'all with the long parts of this. So now let's get it on the top. Okay, so this is the last step here, and then we're done. That wasn't too hard, right? But anyway, so this part is probably a little bit of work, a little bit complicated, but not too much. So you're going to get the piece that we cut, line it up against the pole. Make sure you have an area where the sneaker is a little higher than the dowel that we have there. Get a pen or pencil, whichever one you want, and you're going to trace the dowel onto the poster board. See that? Just trace it on, very simple. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically dig out some of the foam along where we trace. Now, don't cut the exact line. What you want to do is go a little bit inside of the line that we made. So right there, you see what you trace? Now, not right on it, a little bit inside of it. There you go. Because the way that we traced it, we kind of traced the outside of that dowel, so it made it a little bit thicker. So you're not cutting to go all the way on the other side. You're doing a light little cut into the foam board, not all the way onto the other end, because we don't want it to show on the sneaker that we pasted on the foam board. So you're going to slice a little bit into there. And then what we're going to do, I'm just making sure that it went through. Remember, not all the way through. We don't want to see it on that other side. So basically, now you see where that foam is right here? I'm showing you where you would be kind of cutting into it. So you're going to slice during like the middle. See that? I said during, but you know what I mean, right? The middle piece. And then we're going to like pick it out. So you're kind of debrising, you know, your little space. So you're going to go in piece by piece is the safest way to do it. And just go in there and pull it out. So I'm going to like just repeat that process going all the way up to the top piece. And when we get to the top, just make sure you don't like, you stay within the lines that we made basically all the way to the top and just keep digging those little pieces out. I don't want to speed this part up. I just feel like you guys need to see the process of how it's going to go as we go up to the top. So you understand. Also, it doesn't have to be like neat looking. You see how you see little ridges everywhere I stopped when I was picking it out? It doesn't need to be neat. No one's going to see it. You just need a piece where we can actually glue the dowel into the foam board itself. So now that I got to the top, you just dig out that last little piece. See that? And that's what you want. Now get your centerpiece. Stabilize it so we're gluing it in the right place, and you see how it fits directly over it. Fits like a glove. Now, if you didn't get yours to fit like a glove, don't worry about it. Once it's a little bit bigger, you're going to put the glue from the glue gun, press it against it, hold it, and let it dry, okay? Because I was over here doing a bunch of crap, and then I let it go, kind of. Watch. When I'm just going to, it's not dry. It is not dry. Okay? So, hold it there for a few seconds. See? Turn, not dry. It came right off. So, I had to re-glue it because I'm ready to be fancy and twirl it around and already show people how it's working when it's not even done. So, take your time. Don't be like me getting real excited. I made these so many times, but each time I still get excited because I literally love what I do. So, when I see it like almost done, I'm excited. But anywho, remember to hold it, let it dry. Okay, so I'm just tracing and cutting out the other side. Remember, we mirrored the images just to make sure it can be back and front. You want to do all of these before you get to the end, right? Just cut all the pieces and then assemble them on top of the centerpiece. So now we have it, and I'm going to show you what you're going to do. There's more than one way also. So one way is to put a little bit of paint on the wood, press that against each other. When you take it off, the paint design is going to be on that piece, and then you could just cut from there. Or you can line it up. You see where I put my finger at the beginning, and then I put a little nick so I know where I'm cutting from. I'm going to line it back up, put my finger on the opposite side of the wood, just to know where I'm cutting. So I'm lining it up so I know where to cut because we want this to fit. So on the other side, we're not trying to get an exact fit like we did on the first one. You're doing it way wider than you need it to be just to make sure that it fits, okay? We're not getting an exact fit. You see how wide that is? That's to make sure wherever it goes is going to be right in there. So you're going to go through the same process that we did with the first one. You're going to cut the edges, slice in halfway. We're still not going all the way through. We don't want it to come out and bulk up and show on the actual image of the sneaker. We don't want to do that. God, don't ask me what I was doing there. I was moving around. I saw my reflection. I don't even know, child, but I was bumping the table and getting to work. But another thing that I noticed a little late is look how low I got this piece. But I raised it up for y'all to see. I was paying attention though. So I used this little, the spatula tool from Cricut, and that can help you peel it because this is more of a wider piece. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be necessarily so smooth. No one is seeing this area. Just clean it out. Just don't go all the way to the other end so that we can glue it down and we'll be done and ready to go. So holding it up at the camera wasn't working, required a little bit too much work. Placing it down flat on the table and then digging it up, this is way better. I think I was just only doing it just to make sure that it was in the camera properly, but it wasn't productive. So lay it flat and clean it out. And this one, I think I got more foam out than the last time. When I got to the top, a little piece of the edge there, it was raising up. So I just sliced it just to make sure I stay within the area of where I need to cut. I need the top to stay on top because when you look through it, you don't want to see that dowel piece kind of poking out. So you want that top piece to stay. And you see how it is? Nice and clean. When you line it up now, it can fit. It's wider than the actual. I had to readjust the camera for you guys so you could see at the top piece. I didn't feel like editing it out. I just wanted to get to it because this tutorial is a little bit long, but I know you guys don't mind because you're learning sort of a longer process, but I try to get through as much as I can and also show as much bloopers as I can. So now what we're going to do, you're not necessarily worried about the dowel too much. You could put glue on there too, but you're going to add your glue around the edge of the entire sneaker design. Lay it on top of each other. And don't only hold one piece. Go across each closing because you don't want it to be open anywhere. And just squeeze it and hold it until they dry together. Now, when it comes to the edge, I usually leave this little foam piece. I usually get it a little bit neater than this. You can leave it. You can glitter it. You can add a piece of ribbon in there. If you want to cut a thin strip of cardstock, just make sure you get it the right size and line it up through there. But whatever you want to cover, if you don't want to leave the foam piece out, it's perfectly fine. But guys, that's it. When you move it around the bottom right here, it will move because we didn't glue it down to anything and you don't necessarily want it to. Because if you want to lay the centerpiece in the middle of a table, if it's on a flat table, you want the pointed ends to the side, you can turn it and move it any way that you want. Like, I love this centerpiece to death, and I hope you guys love it too. Again, because I was talking a lot about the project, don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be putting out more work all the time. And this is how our babies turned out. Look at how adorable these centerpieces are. And this year is 2023. This is like the Jordan year. So this is good for parties and graduation, guys. Now, again, I'm on all social channels under the craft print. Tag me if you create them. I would love to see what you guys make.